Hey everyone, this is Keri TV. If you haven't seen this channel before, this is all the ins, outs, ups, downs, latest trends, hottest deals for buying, selling, and investing in real estate in Los Angeles. Every week we bring new information and the inside track to get you the best deals and the most for your home and the best investments in Los Angeles. So subscribe below and stay tuned. If you are in real estate, you know how things are absolutely bananas right now. Everyone I speak with, agents, lenders, escrow, title, people can't really seem to get a break, get a breath, get a minute to be able to catch up with everything. Why is that? What is going on? Well, one, of course, we've all been in our houses for over 3 months, so people who, whether they wanted to buy or sell, they're itching to do something if they haven't already. Maybe they're a little worried about putting their home on the market during shelter in place, even when real estate was called essential. But people are asking me, well, what's going on? You must not be selling any homes. People must not be looking. Sellers aren't putting their homes on the market. And it's actually quite the opposite. I believe we have helped 10 or 11 people in the last 3 months buy or sell a property. And it's different, but it's happening. And it was definitely very different back in March and April than it is now. And of course, we had a couple weeks where real estate was not called essential, but now more and more people are starting to come out. And as I've mentioned in my market updates, there's more buyers than sellers. So the amount of sellers pulling back is higher than the amount of buyers. So you're in this same old issue of low inventory. But what is actually happening? Well, I say the three things to think about are delays, expectations, and the unknown. When you're buying or selling right now, we do as much as we can to make sure that the process is smooth and that you know what's coming next. However, we're in a new world order and things are very different. So the norm, wanting to go see a house, going to an open house, that doesn't happen. Here's what's happening for buyers right now. So if they want to see something, there is a thorough vetting process. So it's more intrusive, which is fine. You should do that anyways when strangers are coming into your home, right? But it's also very thorough. In order to see properties, you need to sign a property entry disclosure that we nickname a PED, and it has to be signed the day of the showing. This applies to photographers, buyers, vendors, inspectors, contractors, termite, agents, anything and everything. Same on the listing side. Anybody that's coming in and out of the property at any time needs to sign that. So when you're trying to set up showings, of course, you're juggling sellers, the other agents. I always say I never get in the way. When my client wants to see it, we make it happen. So I'm not an obstacle, but that's irrelevant. You have to have the exact address and the exact time and the names all signed that day. So if somebody changes their mind or the showing gets moved, you have to resend out that disclosure. It doesn't seem like that big of a deal, but when you're seeing multiple properties and the days are changing and you have all different clients, all you're doing basically all day is sending out these PEDs. And sometimes people won't set up the showings until they're signed. And then with the approval letter, you've got to make sure that you're fully approved before you're looking at property. How many people are not approved before they look? I don't know, maybe 50-50. Most people are approved when they start looking. So you have to get your ducks more in a row than ever before and be very respectful of the people who are opening up their homes who want to sell. Now, for a little while, the people on the market were have to sell type of people and the buyers were have to buy. But as the restrictions eased, we have people coming out that are just in a need to buy or sell. Maybe they don't have a job transfer or their house isn't being sold, but they're ready to do something. And a lot of the buyers out there have been writing offers for a while and dealing with the low inventory, so they are more motivated than ever to make it happen. So as far as wanting to see a property or wanting people in your house, you sign the disclosures, you provide the documentation, set up the showings. Now, what happens once you get there? Well, they do not allow more than 2 people plus an agent in the house at a time. So you cannot do group showings. You have to wait outside and stagger the appointments. And you do not have to wear gloves, but you cannot touch anything. So if you want to touch or open a door, you wear the gloves, you have to have a mask, and then there's hand sanitizer at the door. So it's kind of like going to a grocery store these days. You line up and you've got all the safety precautions. There's a sign that needs to be posted on the door. So the showings, that part, it's happening. And it's okay, but it's happening a lot differently. The new world order. Now people are asking me, well, what happens when you get into escrow? What about all these people you have to interface with? Well, when it comes to inspections, the inspector has his socially distanced space to be able to go through the house. Then they can go through the report with you either on a video call or 6 feet away from you. So that is actually pretty easy. Even having contractors come through to give bids, everything is done socially distant. And you just kind of get used to all talking with this mask on. and people are doing everything they can to make it happen. Buyers, sellers, agents, everybody's just been so cooperative and excited that we're all still able to transact. Now, the one, I guess, downside, of course it's more challenging to see property, but you can, but the downside are the delays happening right now. There is a little bit of this unknown. So I say dig into being okay with the unknown. Of course, as humans, we crave security, we crave comfort, we crave routine for the most part. So we're in a place right now where we're knocked off our toes, I guess, so to speak. So when you're in escrow, it's possible that the lender will have delays. It's taking longer to get loans approved. It's taking longer to get through underwriting. We've had the clear to close issued and then not get loan docs. In my entire career, that never happens. Once the CD goes out and the clear to close goes out, you get your loan docs. But now we're seeing this odd delay after that. We're even seeing loans get denied after the clear to close is sent. Loans are being pulled at the last minute. Financing has become a lot more difficult, but it is possible. So what happens when you're in an escrow and these delays happen? Well, it could impact the moving trucks. It sets off a lot of unknowns in the time frame, and it is very frustrating and stressful. You know, movers obviously usually have to book them a week or two in advance, and they fill up quickly, especially right now because not everybody's still working. So when you have to change or things get shuffled around, it can be hard. What kind of notice did you give on your place? Do you have buyers on your place that they're now in the lurch if there's a change? So really being able to dig into the unknown and being okay with the inconsistency is going to be the most important thing right now if you are buying or selling. Another thing I forgot to mention is how much is done virtually. So we do virtual listing presentations, we do virtual tours of the property. So every buyer before they go to see it, and an agent before they go to see a listing has seen a lot of the ins and outs of the properties up front. So it cuts down on that time that you're interfacing with people to hopefully slow the spread. So hopefully that's helpful. Of course, align with your specialist if you're looking to buy or sell, and we're always here to help with your real estate needs in Los Angeles. Cheers, guys.